Well, I believe in good vibrations is what creates a beautiful nation. All you need is the will to do right, do right, do right.
And we're live. Welcome to a brand new episode of Anecdotally Arguments. I am coming to you from a very solemn, serious place where I would like us all to remember those who have fallen for the United States. Unlike other holidays, such as Veterans Day, Memorial Day is for American soldiers who fought and died for America. Mm-hmm. This it started Civil War era, and those were, as we all know, brother fighting brother, as opposed to the later wars in which we fought, where it was questionable of what had happened. But just remember, it's a day of honoring sacrifice, and not to ever wish anybody a happy Memorial Day. With me is Sean. How's it going, Sean?
Well, it's an important day, but we're here. We're going to do this anyway. It is somber, and yeah, don't. It's not a happy time, but it's an important time.
But I wouldn't make an argument, not for this particular thing, but if it wasn't for their sacrifice, we wouldn't live in the greatest country in the world.
Correct.
And that does make me happy, even though I don't know if you heard of this fucker, but Nancy goddamn Pelosi. No, other people are trying to take it from us. So
right, which is why today's important. We need to remember what it is that they fought and stood for, because we're losing it regardless. And we need more people to not necessarily make the ultimate sacrifice, but be willing to make that sacrifice to maintain the greatest nation on this planet.
And Garrick, you with us? In a quiet location?
Happy Memorial Day, everyone. I guess.
You fucking retard.
Hey, how should I say it? A wonderful Memorial Day?
We are 2 minutes and 17 seconds in. You missed 2 minutes and 17 seconds of me saying, "Don't say Happy Memorial Day."
Paid attention. Okay, so it is Memorial Day, and to further Sean's point, it was a missed opportunity on the cops in Uvalde who stood by and waited instead of acting as we should have.
I cannot believe the name of that town is Uvalde with that spelling. That is stupid. That is as stupid as Garrett getting on after 2 minutes and 17 seconds of us not saying, you shouldn't say Happy Memorial Day, and saying Happy fucking Memorial Day. He makes me want to hire him so I can fire him.
Should I have just said a somber Memorial Day? What do I say?
I wish a pleasant Memorial Day. A thought provoking and emotionally invoking. Plenty of respectful, peaceful, a resolute Memorial Day. Happy.
Okay. Happy. Like
happy and merry were the two words you couldn't use.
Patriotic Memorial Day.
I'm just gonna go with you, stupid. You stupid. Mute yourself before you turn your car on.
Stupid is a stupid it is, sir.
Mute yourself before you turn your car on, because that fucking beep is loud as shit. Dude, it's so fucking loud.
Alright, so now the somber stuff aside, let's get to the main topic, of reviewing a 35-year-old movie. Or a
Is it?
30-year-old movie. It's got to be pushing up on 30 years. What was it, 95?
Yeah,
Think
I was 5 whenever it came out, and I remember
93
it scaring
maybe?
the shit out of me.
I know 2 was 97, so 95 could be no.
93 or 94. I don't
93.
think it was 95.
I'd look it up. 93. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, God, that's getting close to 40 or 30 years. So, anyone have any commentary they would like to make?
Not so much commentary on the Jurassic Park movie itself, but what it's done for the industry. Its CGI was so good 30 years ago that if any new project isn't as good as Jurassic Park was 30 years ago, it's a negative for that project these days.
Yeah. But, to be fair, it was a... Why did I tell you about the beeping?
Well, he does live in
was
Houston, so it's the Houston communication package.
Was that your wife backing up? Big old prego. It was a blockbuster, and it had a blockbuster budget, and that was CGI.
What's your rating? Out of curiosity.
Oh, it's a 5.
I think it's a 4.
A 5?
I fucking
I
hate
gave it
Steven
a 4 as
Spielberg,
well,
but
and I gave it a point for nostalgia purposes purely.
Did you not see it in theaters?
Me? No, I was too young.
No, I was talking to Josh or Sean.
No.
Yeah, I saw it in theaters. I give it a 4.
Dude, I was in like the second row.
It was an enjoyable movie, and it was a
that's way too
popcorn-munching
close.
summer blockbuster. That's what its purpose was. What is with Houston? There seems to be some problems. I swear to God.
How much fucking
Houston, we have
now?
a problem. Help!
Is it like a circular driveway? What the hell's going on here? How many K-turns do you need to make to get out of that parking lot?
But yeah, I mean, it was a popcorn munching summer blockbuster for me right out of high school, and it was good. But I don't give it a 5 because you can make one Jurassic Park movie, and then that story is done.
No,
Yeah.
you can make 2.
But could you? Could you really?
Yeah.
I mean, the next movie would be basically them just nuking the islands. That way they don't worry about, anything escaping. But that would be all of, a few seconds? Jurassic Park 2 is the end.
No, you don't have Dominion where they fly him out and take him all over the place, but you have Jurassic Park and then somebody going to Jurassic Park. Either to revitalize or to steal the intellectual property.
Which they did in Jurassic World. They revitalized it.
Yeah, it's the same
And
thing
did
as
just
Jurassic World. Yeah.
Yeah. But it was Jurassic Park 2.0 is basically all it was. They actually got it off the ground, and then the same shit happened again.
I say, because if you nuke Jurassic Park, then you go into the sequels and you call them Godzilla.
That's how you get Godzilla.
Yeah.
Steven Spielberg, you stole it from the Japs. Way to go. Oh, Stevens.
Okay, but to Matt's point, and this is something I've been harping on for a while, CGI just took over in places where practical effects are far better. This is why Lord of the Rings, the trilogy, is better than the Hobbit trilogy, because there's more practical effects in Lord of the Rings versus the Hobbit trilogy.
It's why I'll back any place Sam Raimi makes. I
even
enjoy.
even than his new outing with Multiverse of Madness.
I'll give it a shot. I mean, it's gonna be very CGI heavy because that's the way it had to go.
It I saw it night before last, and it is incredibly CGI heavy. But that's just the nature of Doctor Strange. You have to do it at some point. It's hard to do it accurately without CGI.
But after watching Tom Holland fight Doc Ock,
Yeah,
and seeing Tobey Maguire fight Doc Ock, they're two completely different fights. And that is the difference between practical and CGI.
mm-hmm.
The weight of one of those pincers holding you down is a bless me, a world of difference. And that's why I'll give him support until he ruins it with like speaking of Peter Jackson levels of CGI. Literally, Peter Jackson is the father of CGI. A little movie I like to call Frighteners. And that freaking he did such a good job with the ghosts, but then that character that goes through the walls of the house and that freaking portrait, God, that was so awful. It was Mortal Kombat Annihilation levels of CGI awfulness.
And that was pretty damn terrible.
But he literally linked like 24 top of the line computers in an effort to make a supercomputer to process CGI. But Frighteners is a good movie. If you haven't seen it, I suggest you see it.
So is Mortal Kombat Annihilation, to be fair.
Are we talking practically or story-wise?
Damn! You better microphones in your truck.
Sorry, Jay. Should I speak softly? Bob Ross style.
Well, don't yell at me like I stole your fucking bike. That's for damn sure.
I mean, you look like the guy that stole my bike.
I look like no one who ever stole a bike. But Frighteners really, really took over the advantage of CGI. And Michael Keaton did an amazing job with it. Or Michael J. Fox, if you want to get the technical stuff in here. But there's an absolute difference in quality between, as we all know, the first Tremors movie and the second Tremors movie. First Tremors movie, practical effects. Second Tremors movie, CGI. And in the seventh Tremors movie, they've just pulled people off the screen and killed them. It was just so fucking awful.
I don't remember enough about the second Tremors movie other than it's really when Bert gets to shine.
Ass blasters. No, that's the third one. It's with the Shriekers in Mexico.
So the ones that have two legs.
Yeah, two legs on the ground. Heat vision. They make really dumb decisions, but they're in essence really effective. They take out the generators, they take out the radio towers, they strand them. But it's not good decision making. It was literally just taking out electronics. And it's the opposite of what happens when you feed an ass blaster, because they're a shrieker, when it eats, it reproduces. An ass blaster eats, it goes into a coma. Funny stuff. Yeah, it's good in its own right, I guess, if you want to be technical. But 3 is god awful.
Yes.
With the with the CGI flying around. Oh, just terrible. But that really is the difference. Like when you watch Pirates of the Caribbean, the CGI they use in the first movie, you would not realize how much is being used.
A lot of it is, yeah, a lot of the CGI in a lot of movies is basically changing the backdrops of sets. So instead of using matte paintings and stuff like that,
yeah,
and closed in sets, they have a bigger open set, and then they can just replace the background with whatever they want.
Yes. And as opposed to matte paintings, yeah.
Right.
Which I'm a big fan of. We had a really quality matte painting for West Side Story. Like, they were expensive. It was like $30,000 in hangable art. It's beautiful. We appreciate the shit out of it. I did anyway. But yeah, about 70% of every scene was green screen. At some point, in some distance, it was green screen. Not saying like all the people were fake. Probably in later episodes of Star Wars, they're probably just all the aliens were fake.
Well, that was true of the prequels.
Really? Why wouldn't you spend 17 hours on makeup? That's insulting.
Well, and they suffer for it. They're very cartoony, which is a drawback, because if the original Star Wars was lauded worldwide because everything was actually a practical model, and they had to do a ton of kit bashing, so everything was chunky and had little bits that cast different shadows and everything like that. And by the time of the prequels, everything was super slick and smooth, and you didn't have that obvious physicality to the effects.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just saw a picture of a sandcrawler the other day, and the entire sandcrawler is 3 feet long, but it's shot from a low angle at a distance, and it looks gigantic. So it's like, yeah, that. But yeah, the AT-ATs, I've seen them in a couple of commercials. Good God.
Well, this is a generational thing. Garrick, are they AT-ATs or AT-ATs?
I've heard it both ways. I'm not particularly one side or the other.
I got into an argument
from now on.
I got into an argument with my children about it.
They say AT-ATs, don't they?
No, they say AT-ATs.
Really? I was told that younger generations are saying AT-ATs and the older generations are saying AT-ATs.
No, it's
no. I've only seen the middle 3 movies.
Yeah, my generation always called them AT-ATs. Always. Because my generation was pre-truncating everything to initials, and the current generation has no problem ripping off acronyms.
LOL.
Right, exactly. So for them, they just say the letters. If they're all capitalized, they just say the letters.
Yeah.
Whereas I look at that and go, that's the word at twice. AT-AT. It's an AT-AT.
I was driving my nephew, and he was in the back seat, and I took him by his dad's. He went to pay for college. He went to ITT, and I go, yeah, that's where your dad went to college. My nephew turns to me and goes, he went to it. I was like, we're gonna tell your dad that when we get home. He went to it. I was like, that's pretty funny.
Working in a technological field, it's frustrating to me how
Did you work in it?
I do work in it. As a matter of fact, I have a bullshit degree. BSIT. It's bullshit. But I find it frustrating how little credit people that school at DeVry and ITT Tech get. Those courses are hard. They are no joke hard. So the guys that
I saw his math.
Yeah, the guys that come out of there know their shit. But
Yeah.
it's frustrating to see hiring managers and just general business managers not giving them any credit. And like, no, I want this guy that went to ASU instead. I'm like, yeah, you fucking idiot.
Yeah. I took a elective math because I'm not a math guy, and we had a class called problem solving. To this day, I don't know how to actually solve this problem correctly, but the problem is you have a classroom of 30 students. For every student that has a computer, 2 of them don't have a computer. I know instantly that 10 students have computers and 20 students don't have computers. I have no way of showing that mathematically. So I draw 30 circles on a piece of paper, and I put an X through one circle and fill in the next 2 circles all the way through 30, because I don't have a mathematical formula that will show my work to get me to that answer. And my brother laughed at it, but I was the only one who answered that question. And I went to the University of Michigan.
Well, see, the thing with problem solving is as long as you get the correct answer, you've solved the problem. How you get there does not matter nearly as much as arriving at the correct answer.
Yeah, I usually had a lot of workarounds, and my teacher thoroughly enjoyed me. We at one point we were doing a structure building exercise because we have toys in our school, and we were building freestanding straw platforms. So as long as it stood freely stood, you measured it from the top to the bottom. And everybody got about 3 feet before it started getting shaky. And I crawled underneath the desks that we put together, and I put straws in, hanging all the way down to the ground. And so when we measured ours, everyone else had 3.5 feet. We had 6. And he said, that's so close to cheating. I was like, technically correct is the best kind of correct.
Right.
But yeah,
I operated within your parameters. Suck it.
Yeah. This is your circus. I'm just one of the clowns. But yeah, his math was super complicated. Like, I tried to learn what an ohm was, and I said, you know what? I'm just gonna stick to criminal justice.
You know, when I was in high school, I didn't have a problem with electricity, but as an adult, I still seem to have a problem with, like, I can do a circuit because circuitry is just plumbing, and I have no problem with that. But like the actual mathematics between wattage, ohms, and wattage, resistance, and current.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always get those conflated.
Well,
I guess if you look at it as the diameter of the pipe, yeah.
the simple equation that I have for it is volts over ohms equals amps. So I guess if you multiply volts times let's see, multiply ohms times amps, you get volts. Yeah. So divide volts by amps, you get ohms.
Now, ohms is resistance.
Mm.
Amps is current. And voltage is power. Which, to me, conflating power and amperage is just something I have a hard time with. Because I don't know if it's a terminology thing or if it's just a conceptual thing for me. But, like...
It's probably a bit of both.
50,000 volts will kill you, but not at a quarter of an amp. I don't think, anyway. I could be completely wrong there. I get this shit backwards all the goddamn time.
My friend on TikTok used a plethora in a sentence on her TikTok, and I said, "Plethora? How many pinatas do you see?" And she said, "A fucking plethora." Oh, I am not as smart as you. Would you say we had a plethora of pinatas? Oh, so bottom line, uh, 4 out of 5 for Jurassic Park is fair, but Matt gave a ding where a ding shouldn't have been given because Hammond did not abandon the park workers. There's actually one guy that is technically did get abandoned. He was the worker with the with what's her nugget from the Tyrannosaurus. He gets killed, and we don't see it. But that is the only worker. We also miss Samuel Jackson getting killed, but his hand shows up, so there's that. But everyone else on the island left the island. Pay attention.
Mm-hmm.
Recycle bottle with cap on. That's new. What's next?
I don't know. I haven't even looked at the news in the last 4 days. The whole Uvalde shooting thing has really gotten me down, so.
Oh, yeah. You don't want to let it go to waste.
Yeah, and I missed most of last night's show because I was fixing a problem with the curtains my wife bought. So I was.
What was the problem with the curtains?
Indisposed. The ones she bought were a different size than the one she originally bought. So the ones on the back door were too short. So I had to go buy another rod and hanging apparatus and lower the hanging apparatus for the back door and rehang everything. Swapping some around left and right. And between 3 windows, well, 2 windows and a door, I had to manipulate 14 different pieces of curtain, plus a new rod. But it all looks good now.
RoboCop, that's right.
Is that next week?
Yeah.
Sweet. He's gonna
Few
hate it.
Good Men, The Jerk, Psycho, 8mm, Frailty, Boogie's Nights, Any Given Sunday, or Wild Card.
What are you gonna go for?
I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna give him A Few Good Men. Somebody hates these cans. A Few Good Men by double. Yeah. The Jerk is in second place, though. I probably should have gone with Psycho.
I'm gonna go with The Jerk.
I'm probably going to go with A Few Good Men. Could use a good Tom Cruise movie.
Okay, Tropic Thunder isn't on the list.
For some reason,
It's
most of the house.
Sean. What's 8mm?
Nicolas Cage perverted movie. Buddy movies find of the week. Just Getting Started. I can agree. Just Getting Started is freaking cute. Tommy Lee Jones and Morgan Freeman. Just getting started. For the record, other buddy movies for the week included The In-Laws, City Heat, Tango and Cash, Hard Boiled, Shanghai Noon, and Season of the Witch. Good lord, those are terrible buddy movies.
Tango and Cash is a good one.
Oh yeah. I love Tango and Cash.
And City Heat isn't bad.
Is that the only movie Burt Reynolds and Clint Eastwood did together?
Probably.
Yeah. Season of the Witch, though, I wouldn't want to call Nicolas Cage and Ron Perlman a buddy. And Shanghai Noon with Jackie Chan and Owen Wilson? Just, there's it's done before. Jay Leno and Pat Morita did it in the 80s. I want Broken Arrow for some reason. Just because John Travolta's got like one of the best lines in cinema. Quit firing bullets at the nuclear warheads. Howie Long just opens up with an MP5. Can tell that. I'm pretty sure that was that specific role was for Terry Bradshaw. All right. Any Given Sunday's all right too, but sports film. Several injured after a shooting in downtown Chattanooga. Oh, they Joe Rogan made a comment the other day about how if you outlaw guns, only outlaws will have guns, kind of thing. And he got ripped apart by Twitter eggs. Like, I read this fucking article and it had Twitter eggs in it. And I was like, oh, come on. Like, how many possible people could be following this egg? Joe Rogan is a symptom of a male inferiority complex. Joe Rogan is a symptom of a male inferiority complex. I will always protect vulnerable communities, children, elderly, mentally incapacitated, BLM, all Black Lives Matter, LGBTQIA, pathological truth seeker, Danny D. He's just missing the Ukraine flag in his bio. He must have moved on to monkeypox season. Joe Rogan, this country has a mental health problem disguised as a gun problem. That is 100% accurate. Between that and taking out morals from school and adding in dicking children the entire time, yeah, I would say those are a couple of the problems. The mental health problem starts with people who listen and believe Joe Rogan, says Jason P. Idiocracy was a prophecy. Yeah. His answer back people are so good. Titus, it comes back with, well, it says Joe Rogan is right. It would literally have to be insane to be banning guns. Was going to better our lives. The streets would be full of criminals with guns, and no law-abiding people would have them. That's Mad Max. No thanks. Titus, because he's Titus, Comes back with, except worldwide gun laws work. Australia, Japan, England, Canada, New Zealand, and a shitload of other countries. You should really rethink retweeting the phrase Joe Rogan is right and stop eating boogers. Wasn't an MP murdered with a gun last year and 3 years ago?
Yes.
And as far as gun laws worldwide work, Australia has been forced into lockdown because they had 2 COVID cases. That is the example of it not working. But what do you expect from a comedian who pulled the ladder up behind him? Polish Joe Rogan. So you're telling me that they found a way to move from one village to another in just a few hours instead of a few days? Yes. Yes, they're calling it the car. Wow, that's crazy. Pull up that picture of the dog eating the woman. This guy knows it so well. 233 followers. I cannot believe these responses. They're so ignorant of facts and reality. What is the left has been saying, if you outlaw abortion, we will go and have back alley abortions. How can they not take that concept and apply it to outlawing guns?
It doesn't suit their purposes. It's that simple, dude. I mean, expecting rationality and follow through from these fucktards is the problem. They are not rational human beings. They have no ability to reason. They only want what they want when they want it, and they have zero ability to even think one step ahead, let alone 3 or 4.
Joe Rogan from the New York Post opposes gun control. Only criminals are going to have them. Alyssa from Alyssa at Home, with her 109 followers, says, this is one of the dumbest arguments gun advocates make. Why bother having laws at all then, right? I might as well be allowed to do all the drugs, practice medicine without a license, drive an unregistered vehicle with no brakes after a couple of beers. Joe Rogan is dumb. I don't see how she got from one to the other. If you outlaw guns, only outlaws will have guns. That means if you take a law-abiding citizen and make what he does illegal, he will then be a criminal. Joe Rogan is a complete piece of shit whose voice does nothing for the common good. It only serves to line his own pockets, just like Rush Limbaugh used to before he finally went straight to hell. And this is from J.R.S. Eichhorn, just living the California liberal dream. And he actually has 23,000 followers. And he's got the bio with the Ukrainian flag. FBR, I don't know what that is. Resistor. Blue to my core, no DMs, rainbow flag. Support democracy, support Ukraine. What's FBR? FBR. FBR spokesperson. This account is primarily for information dissemination. For any specific inquiries, please write to us or call FBR That is not an American company.
I'm just gonna run on the operating premise that it stands for front butt retard, and that means that he's a gigantic ham beast with a front butt and retarded.
Something to do with the Pakistani government.
The Pakistani government?
The Pakistani government, yes. FBR has ensured 24/7 supervision of every arrival shift of ACDC customs to facilitate genuine passengers and discourage kefias?
Keefers?
It's Pakistani customs. FBR's Pakistani customs. That can't be hashtag FBR. Okay, yeah. And they don't spell it out, so you literally have no clue what it means. Follow back? Maybe? Maybe something to do with follow back? Because they're literally just posting FBR and then a bunch of names. FBR Grandpa Party, Grandpa Snarky, FBR Party.
All right, do you want the definition?
Oh, you got it?
Follow back resistance. Hashtag used on Twitter to designate the user will follow back other users in resistance to Trump.
Oh, so it's just a way of a bunch of nobodies to make it look like they have a following because they're nobodies.
Right.
These people, man, I tell you, they're the worst.
No, there's something special.
They're like that
See what
OnlyFans
Ethan
girl who
Klein
wants
did?
to. Oh, threatened to blow up the NRA or suggested they blow up the NRA?
Suggest somebody bomb the NRA meeting in Houston.
I mean, bomb them with kindness because I don't want to lose everything that I own.
Well, he didn't lose anything other than that one stream.
He's suspended for a week.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Good. Needs to be more, because if literally anybody on the right had done that, they would have just been Alex Jones instantly.
Well, yeah. The Alex Jones the Alex Jones podcast on Timcast because they thought they said something about him should be put in front of a firing squad, but really Alex Jones was saying he would put Alex Jones in front of a firing squad, which he never got it. Like it took Tim like 3 days to listen to and come back on and then start defending Alex Jones, but he had him on the next night, so kudos. Well, it's probably better that you listen to us at the gym because you'll drop less weights. Let it go, let it go. Oh, wait, no, let us know.
No, whatever you do, don't let it go.
Yeah, don't let it go. Clench. That's Delano. Delano. Speaking of, did you see the Crowder where he went to a Beto meeting with shirts that said Beto males?
No, I skipped that one.
It's pretty funny.
Oh, ooh.
And this was like last year, but
That's a deep cut.
Yeah. I'm a Beto male. Beto, whatever. I'm about as Spanish as he is. Well, I am a little Native American, so I'm probably more Spanish than he is. In the concept of Mexican instead of Spain.
Can we just recognize how much Beto O'Rourke looks like fucking Butthead from Beavis and Butthead?
Sit down. I did love the way that Tiger sit down. It was just the right amount of what the fuck is this guy? Sit down, you clown.
Well, hopefully that did in his gubernatorial chances.
Not for Austin. Half of Houston.
I know.
Yeah, I wouldn't bet on it.
Well, that's the second actual after I got today. The first one was my friend cleaned off her porch. She's like, I'm so happy I cleaned off this porch, and I'm going to sit on it. I called her a porch beaner. Important part is that she left. Fuck you guys. There is no argument you can make that I should be punished or rewarded for something somebody else did. Yeah. Well, unless Cuomo gets it. Chris, not the other one. The fuck's the other one?
Tony?
Andrew?
No, Andrew.
Yeah, Mario. Anthony? Andy?
Andrew.
I'm like, hell yeah, of course I molest women. But I molest guys too, huh? Fucking piece of shit. Speaking of, I saw something about Kevin Spacey being, he's got some court pretty soon. What? Good luck. You piece of shit.
Good actor, though.
God, he's such a good actor. Who do you got good actor for molesting children? Looking at you, Tom Hanks.
Is the Andrew Heard thing done yet?
Andrew Heard?
Yeah.
I believe you
Andrew
mean
Heard.
Amber Turd.
Amber
Amber
Turd.
Turd, yeah.
It wrapped up. Didn't it wrap up Friday? Closing. Was it
Oh,
closing
no,
argument?
okay, now I remember. Yeah, the jury got to deliberate for about 2 hours, and then they called it for a long weekend, so they're not back till tomorrow.
Huh? Just bottom line, Disney did Jack Sparrow wrong, and so did Disney with Warner Brothers. Johnny Depp, for all of his weirdness, and he's not on our side by any stretch of the imagination, so I'm not defending him as he's our guy. But Johnny Depp made his own Jack Sparrow costume. Unlike Chris Pratt, who stole his costume from Guardians of the Galaxy. Okay, actually.
Where did you steal it from?
Wardrobe?
He just wore it home. That's all he did.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought. Okay, never mind. I thought you meant he stole it from like another show or something.
Technically, he stole it from that show, the Chris Pratt and the Guardians of the Galaxy show. Funny story. So originally, Jack Sparrow's hats were made of leather, and because he's wearing a wig, and there's just so much bullshit in his hair, and it's not technically on his head because his head is hair, and his hair is it's not really his hair, but it's somebody's hair, probably Ukrainian children's hair. But so they're wigs, and it caused his hat to fall off. His hat ended up having to be made out of rubber because it would fall into the water, and the rubber hat would float. So instead of a leather hat, that stupid fucking hat was made out of rubber so that it would float. And they had to make a lot of them. But anyways, he would show up to Make-A-Wish Foundation events as Jack Sparrow. He would show up to random high schools and take them over, or not high schools, schools, and take them over. He did it once in London because a kid wanted him to get out of a class. He personified and did well a character, the pirate, and gave millions of dollars of publicity for free to that character. He signed on as Grindelwald for the Fantastic Beasts series without reading the script because his children were such a fan and he wanted to be a part of it. I'm sure Robert De Niro signs on the scripts without reading them.
That sounds rather ill-advised, but okay.
He wanted to be part of. I mean, come on, dude. Harry Potter, the 7 films. There was no way.
No. I get it. But from a business standpoint,
Continue that sentence. Explain to me why a script and $30 million is not a good business decision.
What if you can't do the part?
He's Johnny Depp.
He's Johnny Depp. That shouldn't even be an argument, but yeah. Grindelwald's a weird German. He's got it in the bag. Did you see Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory? Or Charlie and the Chocolate Factory?
Willy
Wonka and the Chocolate Factory? Yeah. He made Willy Wonka
that was Charlie
a
and the
weird
Chocolate
German.
Factory. Willy Wonka was Gene Wilder. Get it right.
Was it? Was it backwards?
Yep.
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory? Yeah. He made Willy Wonka a weird German. No, he had it. There was.
Okay, but I have a question about Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Was that Paramount or was that Disney?
Oh.
I don't think it was Disney. And I'm not 100% sure it was Paramount, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't Disney.
Let's just look it up. Sure. And the Chocolate Factory.
Well,
Warner Brothers.
Johnny Depp was
Warner
in
Brothers.
Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Gene Wilder was in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
No, it's Charlie and the
Sean,
Chocolate
you got it
Factory.
backwards.
Yeah, we got it backwards. I'm looking at a picture of the hat, and it says Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. And it was absolutely not as good as Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. That movie did not need to be remade.
Oh, no, not even close. That was the first movie I saw Gene Wilder in, come to think of it. And it had been the only one for a very long time.
Yeah. Oh, Gene Wilder should have been Grandpa Joe.
That'd have been an interesting twist. Oh, to talk about Doctor Strange for a quick second, and the new one. John Krasinski.
Pretty freaking.
John Krasinski makes a appearance as a character, and Patrick Stewart reprises his role as Charles Xavier for a little bit.
And then they get whammed to death.
How many wham and what?
Then they get whammed to death.
Did it get women to death? They did. Carter Page, no, Peggy Carter as Captain Captain England.
John Krasinski is John Krasinski.
And they did a black Captain Marvel because it's a multiverse. It fits in a different universe.
John
So-
Krasinski. Was he Tony Stark or Reed Richards? No, Tom Cruise was Tony Stark. So Reed Richards?
Reed Richards is
It's Reed Richards. Mr. Fantastic.
yes, that. I don't know his actual name. I know his character name.
Reed Richards.
Not Reed Richards, the other character name. His superhero name. There we go.
Oh, we're doing made-up names.
Yeah,
Spider-Man.
I'm Spider-Man.
That's such a good line.
Mm-hmm.
I was just thinking, I'm like, tall guy. Who could he be? Yeah, I could see that. He's part of the Illuminati.
Mm-hmm. That's what they bring up.
Oh, they do. Damn it.
Mm-hmm. They did have one bullshit lesbian scene, which kind of pissed me off, and the wife. But
Was it with
aside from
America
that-
Chavez?
not America Chavez, but her parents. They're two women.
Because life finds a way. See how I did that there? You wrapped that together? Huh? You like that? Huh?
I see what you did there, you old dad.
Have you ever heard the film theory that Snowpiercer is a sequel to Willy Wonka? I have not, but I did recently hear a theory that Wade Wilson is a hitman, and hitmen don't go by their own names, so that there was a possibility that Wade Wilson is Van Wilder. Because a song connects them together from Van Wilder. And
Really? That's interesting.
Yeah. I just think people give Ryan Reynolds too much free reign on his projects.
It usually works out well when you do.
Yeah.
So I'm all
Wait,
for
who
it.
was his counterpart in DC? Slade Wilson. Okay. Never
Wilson
mind.
Slade.
I thought it was Slade Wilson.
Wilson Slade.
Hmm.
Deathstroke.
Yeah.
Who gets a bad rap facing off against the Teen Titans when the guy's a fucking murder machine?
Mm-hmm.
But no more than a bad rap that Aquaman gets in The Big Bang Theory.
I don't know that reference.
Oh, they make it sound like Aquaman's big power is he talks to fishes.
Mm.
When Aquaman is literally like Superman of the sea.
Mm-hmm.
Only, born on Earth. Aquaman can go toe to toe against Wonder Woman. Which he can't technically go toe to toe against Superman, and neither can Wonder Woman. But then teaming up against
But
him.
Batman can.
Only Batman can.
Oh, yeah, there's such a cute thing, and there's a The Secret Lives of Pets. It's about Batman's very commercial. It's like that better be on merchandise. So are you gonna write out the frickin' Snowpiercer fan fic or fan theory or film theory? Are there Oompa Loompas? Are the bugs secretly chocolate bugs in Snowpiercer? If there would have been a boat in Snowpiercer instead of a train, I could have maybe seen something, but Do the
Yeah, I
snozberries
got
taste
nothing.
like snozberries? Is everybody surviving off of everlasting gobstoppers? I don't see how they're connected. Then again, I kind of think it's bullshit that the entire View Askew is related.
Why?
Because they repeat so many people.
Just Jason Lee and Ben Affleck.
And I mean, well, Jay and Silent Bob too. So
Yeah, but Jay and Silent Bob are always Jay and Silent Bob.
that should have been a clear, obvious thing that the View Askew was always a related universe.
Right. But Ben Affleck plays Brody, and then he plays I can't remember the comic book artist's name.
That's Jason Lee.
Maybe you're right. Yeah, but he plays a dick in Mallrats. Ben
The
Affleck does.
backseat of a Volkswagen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he plays the comic book author in Chasing Amy, and then several other movies. And then
I really don't remember Chasing Amy. I should probably watch it again.
Then Jason Lee plays Brody in Mallrats, and then
Was James Caan the dad?
different guy that was the friend of
No, that wasn't James Caan.
the guy in Chasing Amy. Ooh. Excuse me.
Michael Rooker. That's who I was thinking of. I don't know why I thought James Caan was the dad. I can't picture James Caan licking chocolate covered pretzels off his hands the way Michael Rooker does. Speaking of, Priscilla Barnes was in Mallrats.
Who's Priscilla Barnes?
She was in the second Tremors movie.
Oh, okay.
She was Miss October. I think she was also in Trailer Park of Terror. She was definitely in Aliens 3000.
Is Troma still in business? I haven't seen a Troma film in forever.
No, and that's a good thing because Trauma's fucking awful.
I don't know, dude. The Sharknado movies were awesome.
Trauma wasn't responsible for Sharknado.
Who was?
Sci-Fi Channel. Trauma did Toxic Avenger and The Class of Nukem High.
I like
Romeo
those
and
as
Juliet.
well.
Yeah, I did. I like Toxic Avenger, even though it was literally awful.
Well, it's supposed to be.
Class of Nukem High was equally as awful.
So who was the production company that was the actual production company, not the sci-fi label on it, that did the Sharknadoes and the Lavalantula movies? I could have sworn that was Troma that did those.
Asylum, Sci-Fi, Southward Films.
Because, you know, let's appreciate for the moment that they remade another Police Academy movie with Lavalantula.
Yeah, it's their workaround. Poor Tackleberry. Yeah, I was watching something from them, and they were just very anti-gun. I was like, you know, fuck you. I don't need to watch shit like this. I don't remember what it was, but it had werewolves at the beginning, and was very very anti-gun. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck you, Lloyd Kaufman. I don't need to give you money.
Who is Charlie Sheen's uncle?
Joe?
Joe Estevez, yeah.
I love some of his movie titles. Oh, we went through that once.
One of the best ones was Werewolf.
They are still in business, and they recently purchased Trey Parker's Cannibal, the musical.
Okay.
For years, we've been asked why we got the name Trauma. Our stock answer is trauma is ancient Latin word for excellence and solenoid. They just make shit up.
Yep. I always felt that like they wanted to be called Trauma, but couldn't get the rights to the name.
Mm-hmm. Like there's a sleaziness to Trauma that I just don't feel is in Roger Corman, even though it's literally like, why is there no tits on screen from Roger Corman?
Right. Well, I think it's because Roger Corman has that laddish sort of, yeah, it's sexist, but it's fun, sort of.
Well, there's a quality to it
There's
as well.
a playfulness to it that Troma's just like, it's all out there. It's like Penthouse to Playboy sort of thing.
Yeah, all right, I'll go with that. But there's like Danielle Harris in the Rob Zombie Halloweens. Like, you just don't murder a bitch when she's naked. Like, that's going to be 2 days of filming where she's going to be buck-ass naked with a guy roughhousing her repeatedly in scenes. Like, that's too much. Like, sure, Roger will have you raped to death by an alien earthworm, but you get to keep your clothes on for 70% of that rape. Also, Sam Raimi in a tree. Same thing. There's a dignity to it. Which is literally me just talking. Huh?
I don't know that dignity is the right word, but it's. I get what you're meaning.
No, I mean dignity. Like what? Like for me, it would be awful to do that scene in the diner scene in Harry Met Sally, where you're showing your orgasm to 30 people in a diner.
Right.
Do it in front of 2 people. Like, I feel there's more close sets involved on a Roger Corman film than there is in a Lloyd Kaufman film. Like, extra people show up that day to a Lloyd Kaufman film. Trauma.
Right.
And they actually cast Ron Jeremy. So if that's not enough, I mean, there you go. Roger Corman just was a alleged rapist. Trauma vision. Actual rapists. I got nothing.
Yeah, me either. Kind of scraping the bottom of the barrel today.
Mm-hmm. I watched all 12 seasons of Big Bang Theory, and I started on Young Sheldon. I was like, you know what? No, that's good. They don't give him the same redeeming qualities that older Sheldon have, and they literally took Sheldon It made him younger. It's like, you have to change into Sheldon through things. And you didn't do that. You just carbon copied. But the funny thing is I'm like, man, this mom is nailing Laurie Metcalf. And then, like the third episode in, I realized it was Zoe Perry. I was like, oh, okay. That's because that is Laurie Metcalf's daughter. Like, yeah, no wonder she's doing such a good job. And his sister is cute as a button. She's got like sparkly blue eyes. Yeah, young Sheldon is wholesome, but continuity up the wazoo.
The Big Bang Theory is the epitome of forced content.
Well, watch it on HBO. They took out the soundtracks and redid them. There's no longer the forced laughter over like nerdy shit. Because I agree.
Is it just harder to watch or no?
It's easy. It's much easier to watch. It's funny when it's funny, and it's no longer people laughing when it's just a statement that's being made. And I'm like, how did you remove the pause? That's so weird.
And
what percentage of
actually
laughs
funny?
Yeah, what percentage of laughs have been removed is what I want to ask.
There are parts, like at one point, Raj has his father set him up to be married with a girl, and he's going through with it. And then at one point, he's like, I can't marry you. I'm far too much of a romantic to be doing this. And they agree, and they break off the wedding, and they start dating instead of the engagement. And then he says that he's going to fly to London to meet up with her. And he goes, "Did you get another ring?" He goes, "No, I got the ring that originally I got it back." And Howard gets this big smile on his face. He goes, "So you're an Indian giver?" And it was humorous.
Okay, that's pretty good.
I don't get it.
You don't know what an Indian giver is?
Mm-mm.
He's too young. He was politically correct and outdated by the time he got to be the age.
And it's another thing I appreciate. Sheldon's mom is incredibly racist, but it's done out of a not knowing instead of it's not ignorance. It's literally like there's so many things I don't keep up with those because it's not a part of my life. But it's always done from a place in her heart that's good, and it usually comes back. Like her and like Penny doesn't want to have children, so her and what's his nugget, Leonard, aren't gonna have children, and Penny gets pregnant, and that is the end of that. She's having a baby. You know, at no point do they try to make it we're gonna, overcrowded, overpopulation, bad, kind of stuff, and no talk of killing the baby or anything like that. It was for as much as the bullshit as they push, they don't push all the bullshit, but they do push some bullshit.
Well, you got to remember it was a CBS production, so they are playing to the actual mean of an older audience.
Yeah, but it's no JAG or NCIS.
Right.
Well, that's an Belisario film or production. Ah, loves me some Jag. Catherine Bell. Good God.
I want them to rerun the original Law and Orders.
Oh God.
Watch an entire new generation just be offended.
It was kind of annoying, like how like half the cast of Roseanne was put into The Big Bang Theory. Between Sarah,
Just the two sisters, right?
no, well, it's Sarah Gilbert and Laurie Metcalf.
Yeah.
But oh, it was so cute. Kathy Bates was Sarah or Amy Farrah Fowler's mother, and her father was Teller. And
Teller or Penn?
Teller.
Does he talk?
Yeah, but he's got this very soft voice. It's very meek. But for like 90% of the first episode, he doesn't, because she's so brazen that she keeps cutting him off when he goes to talk.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's cute. And then eventually, like 5, 6, 7 episodes later, after he was introduced, yeah, Sheldon and him are hanging out to be better acquainted, and Howard does a magic trick in front of him. He's like, that was so cool. And he gets he ends up being a giant fan of magic. And he goes, Howard showed me this trick, and he makes a steak knife disappear, and blood starts pouring out between his palms. He goes, oh, even the fake blood is so cool. He looks down, he goes, I'll be right back. Yeah, the not weird Carradine brother is Penny's father. Peggy, Katie Segal is her mother. For some fucking reason, Judd Hirsch is Leonard's dad. It's like, that's a weird one.
Well, they had to get a well-known Jew.
Leonard's not Jewish.
Wait a minute, which one's Leonard? Is he the one with the goofy hair that hangs out with Raj all the time, or is that Sheldon's roommate?
That's Sheldon's roommate, is Leonard.
Roommate, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Howard is, yeah. So yeah, that should have been Howard's father,
Yes.
but it was Leonard's father. I'm like, what? Yeah, but the ending literally brought tears to my eyes with the way it ended. But it was cute, all in all. Dukes of Hazzard was good.
Who was Howard's wife? What was her name?
Bernadette.
Bernadette. Yeah, she's way better looking than Penny.
Really?
Oh, I think so. Fucking hey, do I think so?
She was bang buddies with Charlie Sheen for a little bit.
Good for her.
Yeah, I don't think she's cuter than Penny.
I do.
She's got a
Oh, no.
Tennessee chin that I don't care for. God, that's gotta suck doing like 7 seasons of a fake voice.
Well, I like the fact that she did that, and then she also played her mother.
She wasn't the mom.
Well, she played Howard's mom.
No, she wasn't Howard's mom. Howard's mom actually did die.
No,
Really? I didn't know
you
that.
never saw her, and it was just the voice. And the voice was done by the chick that plays Bernadette.
No.
Pretty
Carol Ann
sure.
Susie. Carol Ann Susie was the voice of Howard's mom. And she died like I want to say like 7 or 8 episodes after she died. Carol Ann Susie. One of the funniest voices on television today, the voice of Howard Wolowitz's mom on the hit sitcom The Big Bang Theory. For a while, I thought it was Melissa Ranch, who also plays Howard's uber-smart girlfriend, Bernadette, but it turns out Ranch's only dead-on impression of Mrs. Wolowitz. You know what's funny? Hellboy. Who plays Abe Sapien's voice?
In the original one?
Yes.
It was Andy Serkis, wasn't it?
You're so cute. David Hyde Pierce.
Oh, wow.
David Hyde Pierce, Frasier's brother, Niles, is does the voice in the second one. Well, first off, David Hyde Pierce thought Doug Jones. We all know who Doug Jones is, right?
He was actually Abe Sapien.
He was the person. He was the body of Abe Sapien. Garrick, do you know who Doug Jones is?
Not off the top of my head.
He's a lanky fucking dude who is 2 sizes smaller than a normal person should be. So you can wrap him in latex and he looks like a regular person.
Yeah. Google Ice Cream Man.
Oh,
And,
god damn. I was just thinking the Ice Cream Man.
know that there wasn't a whole lot of added extra effects to that scene.
And they lengthened his arms and legs. Well, his arms for sure. Anyway, so during readings and stuff, Doug Jones would do an impression of Mr. Pierce. So for the first one, David thought that Doug did such a good job, he asked to have his name removed from the character so that it would just say it was Doug Jones. And he was on set one day filming, and he was watching the read through, and he nailed the David Hyde Pierce's voice so well. David Hyde Pierce refused to come back for the second one and said, "That's my voice." And so Doug Jones voices himself in the second Hellboy, doing a impression of David Hyde Pierce.
I need to rewatch those 2 movies.
Steven says, "Is
They're
that really
really
Vampire Slayer?" Yeah, Hellboy is one of the few, like, god damn, Rob Perlman. Damn it, Rob. Ron Perlman. I was thinking Rob, because we were talking about Rob Zombie earlier. he does not do anything to, like, quit murdering people naked, you dick. Yeah, like I can separate him from his stupidity. It's a lot harder with David Harbour.
Was that the...
Yes, the new Hellboy.
Well, fuck the new Hellboy. He's the sheriff from Stranger Things.
Yeah, actually, he does a really good delivery. Like his lines and his voice really carry through the character.
Which one? Hellboy?
Hellboy, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Carry through the makeup. God, it's such a terrible movie, though.
Well, to be fair, the second Hellboy movie with Ron Perlman isn't fantastic.
It's fantastic.
Yeah. It's about all it's got going for it.
I do not remember the Katie Sackhoff tub verbatim. It's so cute though. There's a scene where Howard finds a dog in his backyard and he calls the owner, and he shows up. The owner shows up and it's Mark Hamill, and he's like, "Oh, you're Mark Hamill." And he's like, "Oh, I thought I lost this guy forever. I'm so grateful to you. I'm gonna get you a reward." He goes, "I can't accept that, Mark Hamill. You're Mark Hamill. I can't accept that." That's so funny because he kept saying Mark Hamill. I literally repeated Brendan Fraser's name to him like 16 times when I met Brendan Fraser. And it got funny after like I said it twice before I realized I was saying Brendan Fraser.
Mm-hmm.
And then I thought it was funny that I was saying it, so I kept saying it. Because Brendan Fraser was such a nice guy, he didn't correct me. He didn't think it was awkward. I'm like, Brendan Fraser. But he kept saying Mark Hamill. I'm like, that's pretty funny. So he goes, "Oh, I have to do something for you." He goes, "You're gonna regret this." He had Mark Hamill officiate Sheldon and Amy Farrah Fowler's wedding, and it was so funny the way they treated Will Wheaton, who was gonna officiate the wedding, and they just kicked him out. Will Wheaton, dick of a guy. Dick of a character too, and he embraced it full force. It's something I appreciate about the shittiness of Will Wheaton.
He is just a gigantic piece of shit.
Oh, God, yeah. Do what I want, Twitter, or I'm leaving. By the way, I'm leaving Twitter. They do that, though. Like, they had actual Nobel Prize-winning scientists on. At one point, Raj got into a Twitter fight with Neil deGrasse Tyson. And Neil deGrasse Tyson calls him up. And he yells at Raj, and Raj backs down. He's like, I'm sorry. He goes, yeah, we just got your deGrasse beat. Who am I calling next? And there are some funny ones. And Neil picks up his phone. He pushes all the buttons in hard. And up comes the phone. He's like, hello? He goes, I want to talk to you, Bill Nye the Science Guy. He goes, Neil? And he hangs up the phone. And I'm like, all right, that was pretty funny. Oh God, there's like a 4-part series called Professor Proton, and it's played by Bob Newhart.
That one was good. I like that.
He is so fucking lovable.
Yep.
Yeah, he was my Mr. Wizard. Well, my Mr. Wizard was. Oh, screw you, Bill Nye. But they all have him, and they.
Didn't he play Obi-Wan in one of Sheldon's dream sequences or something?
Yeah, yeah, he did, and it was like 5. Well, no, I think he did 5 in total, but it was over like a couple of episodes, and they're on Dagobah. we couldn't do this in a delicatessen, and he's like, in my dreams, I normally have underwear on. So in the final time, Sheldon's married, and he's saying goodbye to Professor Proton. And they're in a diner. They're in a deli, and he goes, "Huh? Usually we're on Dagobah," and he points at the window, and Dagobah's behind him. The whole time he's complaining about how Linus Pastrami is. There's some really cute parts. It's not just the nerdy shit, but the nerdy shit is more. It's not funny, but it's oh.
Well, the problem is when they had the laugh track in, they were literally making fun of nerdisms and, people with conditions like Sheldon. They were literally making fun of them.
Sheldon is to be made fun of.
In some regards, yes, but his condition isn't to be made fun of.
They never specifically say he has Asperger's. They kind of just allude to it, and that he's quirky. Oh, so he they developed this theory. Him and Amy do, and the other scientists that verify his theory are Cal Penn and your adopted boy, Sean Astin.
Okay.
And they are fucking awful. Like, they're just like, how did you? They were both idiots, and it was pretty enjoyable. They would have been like the dude bros of science. Yeah, I enjoyed them though. So feel free to. It's if you have um, HBO Plus.
I don't think I do. I have to double check with the wife.
You should get that shit in order, so you know what you're paying for.
Well, I told her I wanted to cancel our Disney Plus, and she told me no.
Really, but principle. You don't have principles. You're a father.
It's pretty much what it boils down to.
I
But
understand.
the kids use it. God damn it. All right, fine.
Oh yeah, the Sheldon's brother was Jerry O'Connell,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh, that is such a good brother. Like, I love Jerry O'Connell. Oh, that guy from 30 Rock, the happy one. He was like an usher or something. Not, I don't know what his name was. He redhead.
I never watched 30 Rock.
Oh, he had like a really kind of gay and southern accent. I don't know if you would know his by name. Um,
Was he the guy that played the buddy in You Don't Mess with the Zohan?
buddy, almost the zone. Jack McBrayer, 30 Rock, Wreck-It Ralph, Forgetting Sarah Marshall, Talladega Nights. I'm not seeing You Don't Mess with the Zohan.
No, okay, it's a different dude.
Who are you thinking of? Are you thinking of Napoleon Dynamite?
No, it's not Napoleon Dynamite. Oops. I want to do that. All
Can't think of his name.
cast. It's
Nick Swartzen?
yes, Nick Swardson.
No, but also gay and southern sounding. But
Right, where I find Nick Swardson can be funny sometimes. The dude you were talking about, I find annoying as fuck.
I was murdered.
Do not watch it.
Yeah, well, the brother was he's very upbeat and chipper, and he was recently released on probation for selling meth. It was mildly cute. I think the weirdest thing about the Big Bang Theory, or not the Big Bang Theory, Young Sheldon, is Sheldon's friend is like 15 and he's 9. maybe 14, but like junior high, and his friend is much older than him. I'm like, it's weird. Oh, his Meemaw. Did you ever you watched The Big Bang Theory a little bit, didn't you?
Some of it.
So Sheldon would talk about his Meemaw.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Janine from Ghostbusters. In the Young Sheldon, it's
Annie
that's
What?
Potts. Annie Potts.
yeah.
No way.
Am I known for making things up about film?
Well, I'll be damned. Hmm. She has not done much.
Annie Potts.
She doesn't need to.
She
Oh, I'm
did,
sorry. Those were award nominations. My bad.
Yeah, she did Pretty in Pink.
She did.
She did Ghostbusters, all of them.
Did she? Did she do the girl one?
I don't know if she had a cameo in the
Ah.
girl one, but I think she probably did. I haven't seen it, so I don't know for sure. And we don't really count.
She's
that.
Bo Peep in Toy Story.
Oh, she does a lot of voice work.
Hmm. She was in the female Ghostbusters, according to IMDb. She was a
No.
desk clerk.
Who else is in Pretty in Pink?
I have a pretty good idea, but if you're saying like somebody weird, I'm all ears.
Andrew Dice Clay.
Was he now?
Yeah, he played the bouncer.
The Tiffany Seppes played the bouncer in the second Night of the Demons. Harry Dean Stanton was in Pretty in Pink.
Yeah.
He was also in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, along with James Spader.
Poor James Spader.
Although he was a security guard that the Hulk fell in on, so I don't know how much that counts for being in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Poor James Spader. I feel more. I was picking somebody to be mad or be sad for. It'd be probably be Andrew McCarthy.
Nah, he had multiple successes in the 80s.
Fine than John Cryer. He's still a douche.
He will always be Ducky in everything he's in, and that includes 2.5 Men. Did not undo the duckiness of Ducky.
From NCIS, you mean?
He was Lex Luthor in Arrow in the Flash universe. I was not a happy camper. What, Carrick?
We all made references to Ducky. Are you referring to the guy from NCIS?
No.
Professor Millard.
Which?
No, Ducky from Pretty in Pink. You ever seen Flock of Seagulls?
No.
Yeah, I do. Yeah. You know, he tried out for the the role of Chandler Bing in Friends.
John Cryer did?
Yeah.
Wasn't he a little old?
In '94? Yeah, he actually would have been a little old.
Oh shit! I'm I'm 2 seasons behind. Fuck. On Better Call Saul.
I got zero interest in that.
Yeah. Nina's talking it up, but
I also had zero interest in Breaking Bad. Still haven't seen a damn episode.
But it's good. It really is.
Yeah, the problem is that fucking everybody says that, and I don't believe everybody. Usually when everybody
You're taking
thinks
the same
something
track.
is good, it sucks.
You're taking the same track. You're taking the same track that I did with Game of Thrones, and I was woefully mistaken.
Okay. I also have zero interest in Game of Thrones. For the exact same
Sean.
reason.
Well, Game of Thrones, I'm going to offer a caveat of stop at season 5.
No. You don't get to do that.
Watch.
You don't get to do that. If they ruin a series, the series gets ruined.
Okay, well, then that's on you. What I tell everybody, I'm pretty sure I've said this on the stream before. Seasons 1 through 3 are mandatory. 4 and 5 are optional. You can stop at 6 and still be all right. 7 and 8 are terrible. They are what ruin it.
Okay, if it's ruined, it's ruined. I have the same problem with a show that I actually liked for the longest time and now cannot like.
Which was?
Babylon 5.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
Yeah, the first 4 seasons are amazingly good. The 5th season is so much shit that it makes the other 4 bad.
How do you fuck things up retroactively?
Well, it's easy. You just ask the people that wrote
Season
the
5,
AMC universe. AMC, or the MCU, rather. Not AMC.
Hey, now.
What? They did? Multiverse is bullshit.
Multiverse is the thing. That is the future.
It's a terrible thing.
It is the way.
No. It is not D-Way. It is an old idea.
Do you know the way?
It's actually a relatively new idea.
This is the way.
No, it's not. Actually, it's not. It might be repackaged in a new way, but it's the same old idea. It's the same turd and different wrapping.
It's like how I can no longer watch Star Trek The Next Generation, which was a great show, because of Picard.
Fucking Picard. I disagree. I think you could separate entirely different shows like that.
It's the only reason that I'm not saying that the TNG is bad, is because it is a completely different show. But
TNG is bad, though.
It cheapens TNG. Picard is so bad, it taints a completely separate property.
Yeah, it's kind of like the Star Wars, 7, 8, 9?
Exactly.
When I found out Patrick Stewart was straight, I had to message my gay friend to let him know. I was surprised Patrick Stewart was straight. Not as surprised as I was when I found out Phil DeFranco was straight, but it was close. I would not be, because I don't know who Elizabeth Lockley is, but Sean, would you be?
She was the commander? I don't know, whatever. She was on Babylon 5.
Oh. Are you jealous?
No.
He wouldn't be, Steven. I don't know what to tell you. There's another Elizabeth Lockley as cute as a fucking button.
She's moderately attractive, but
No, not her. Possibly her daughter, though. That can't be her name. Yeah, I guess it's a character name. Something else. Because Elizabeth Rome is Kate Lockley. She is cute, though. She's a seasoned angel. I could break Felicity in half. Quit saying gay shit. We're on a podcast here. No homo podcast. I don't care how late we start. She kind of looks like Tracy Scoggins. Unless I'm forgetting Tracy Scoggins. Her hair is definitely looks like Tracy Scoggins. I don't want to hear what you've done with Tracy Scoggins, Steven, damn it.
it is Tracy Scoggins.
What?
Yeah, that's the character name is Elizabeth Lockley, who is played by Tracy Scoggins.
Huh. So then I was right. Does look a lot like her.
Sure does.
I'm fucking retarded. Oh, is there a new Babylon 5?
They keep threatening, and I think
Yeah.
Straczynski has said he was writing one, but he's gone full damn woke, so it won't be any good.
Well, and I wonder if this Elizabeth Lockley is her freaking name or not. She's cute, though.
Meh.
No, not her. This other chick. Yeah. A little less hearing about your Tracy Scoggins and or your Elizabeth What's Her Nugget. I don't
She is
B5
20
at
years
all,
older
so
than me, so she was hot when I was born, and then not afterwards.
oh. I should have put two and two together. I actually know this story Steven told me about Tracy Scoggins.
But Tracy Scoggins was also not only on Babylon 5 as a main character, but she did, I think, 2 guest appearances on DS9.
Bradley Cooper looks unrecognizable as Leonard Bernstein's biopic. Like, you know what else Bradley Cooper didn't look recognizable as? A fucking raccoon. Yeah, by I want to believe you, Steven. But gay. So, no. All right, what do you going to see Jurassic World or whatever it's called? Dominion? Whatever it is, Domination?
Probably not. I am going to try, if I go to see a movie at all, it'll be Top Gun.
Well, yeah, I might see it in theaters. Go by myself. I wouldn't say no if you want to come with, but no. Do this on my own. I'm an adult. Maybe afterwards I'll go to Denny's. My treat. Does anybody want to come along?
Like, just get lucky with yourself.
Oh, that's a guarantee. Because the tears will be flowing later. They steal her baby. Which makes me wonder which of the velociraptors turned into dudes. Clearly, it wasn't Blue. She had the baby.
They're reptiles. They don't. What?
They're all born females, so some of the females have turned into males.
Okay, but they don't get pregnant. They lay eggs.
Yeah. They're not babies anymore?
Well, I'm just
I didn't
trying
say
to think
Blue
how that works.
breastfed. You poop out an egg, and then someone comes over and fertilizes the egg.
Or do they do it like chickens?
Nope. It's external. Which, by the way, if you get a turtle, get a boy turtle. I had a female turtle, and it just crapped out eggs all the time. It was fucking awful. I mean,
Could you do anything with them?
Stinky. Well, scrambled them. No, I didn't.
I took the boy to see Sonic. I said this a couple of weeks ago because it's been like 2 months. I took the boy to see Sonic the Hedgehog, the second Sonic movie. Not bad. Like, it was nice to see a movie that was for the kids, that wasn't full of woke garbage. And it was a good time.
Is it really that hard to do nowadays? Make a movie without all kind of bullshit?
Yeah, it is. It's damn near impossible.
Good on them for doing it then.
Yeah, and I have to, reiterate that I'm kind of a fan of Jim Carrey. The dude's good. Nuttier than a squirrel turd in real life, and just sort of window licking.
Most
sort
of the
crazy,
comedians and actors are, though.
But he is
To be fair.
extremely talented. Well, and hell, for years he was the best part of In Living Color.
Fire Marshal Bill.
One of the best characters ever made.
Mm-hmm.
He played knockoff Vanilla Ice. I wonder if you could do a Men on film these days without it getting completely Twitter lambasted.
Railroaded?
Yeah.
Got it. I don't think you can do a freaking The Bears without getting lambasted. The Bears. I would like to see a resurgence of the original. I mean, they didn't come out and say like, "We're arresting you because you're black" in Law and Order, but you knew it was subtitled. Yeah, Fire Waco Strike. Carrie was the only major star that pushed back against Will Smith. I mean, there were people who said, like, you don't do that sort of thing at the Oscars. And he kind of got reprimanded by Denzel Washington right afterwards, but Denzel didn't come out on screen and say anything. But we'll see if he keeps up with the I'm not going to work anymore. I mean, Bruce Willis is getting too old for the characters Bruce Willis plays, but it sucks the way he stopped.
He had to. He's got that condition where he can't understand words or speak anymore.
Yeah, that sucks.
It sure does.
But, you know, he's been doing it for too long anyway. Not doing it for too long, but, like, his characters. Like, he just completed a surviving the game type role where he's a former cop and they're hunting him. Yes, Raggle.
What?
You raised your hand?
No, I didn't.
You
Yeah,
did.
you
I just
did.
lowered your hand. And now I muted you, so enjoy the mute. What? Wait, why can't I? Oh, there you go. Damn it. Dumbass. Just muted himself. Smooth. Unless you muted him. That'd be hilarious.
I don't think I can.
God, that would have been so funny.
Well, we've been at this for 2 hours.
Let's get out of here.
Okay.
All right. Good night, everybody.
You want to unmute Garrick so he can say goodnight?
I can't. He muted himself. He unmuted and then muted himself.
Garrick, we're leaving.
Good night, everybody.
There you go. Good night, everybody.
Well, I believe in good vibrations is what creates a beautiful nation.